Welcome back. Wow, we've already done 2 zones and we've already got all of the Chaos Emeralds. I mean, all of them. There are no super secret emeralds or mysterious secrets to get. We've done it. All that matters now is just beating the game. So that's kind of underwhelming in a way. It's kind of saddening. We're already on that sort of home stretch, as it were. This level is known for its tricks and its traps and its spiked floors and secret springs and things like that. It's basically the equivalent of the casino level, because there isn't a casino level in this game. So instead you've got sort of like bouncy castle springs and those sorts of things. This level can be a bit awkward to navigate, but I don't know, I think that's part of its charm. I'm just happy that none of the other levels are this troublesome to get through. Now, I'm recording this video straight away the day after the first one got uploaded, because the first comment I received basically said, "Oh my god, thanks for playing this game, continue uploading this game." And well, that means I've got to continue playing this game. It's nice when people say nice things about you and what you're doing. Surely there's one more something around here. Ah! There's my shield. That's what I mean by the flickies being really annoying to catch. Okay. Now I've just got to make sure I don't get hit. I'm trying to get more involved with the Game Cola stuff now, you know, now that I can, now that all my university stuff is out of the way. I've been thinking, all the Let's Plays I do, I should put most of them on the Game Cola channel from now on, and just sort of like my special videos and things like that will go on my channel. I feel like I've neglected, you know, the Game Cola YouTube channel. And it's so great being involved with Game Cola stuff. We were recording a podcast last night. Podcast 52, I think? Might have been podcast 59, thinking about it. We had a special guest on. It was pretty awesome, I must say. It was pretty cool. And it just reminded me how much I enjoy working with the Game Cola team. How much I enjoy contributing to the site. I don't know, it reminded me why I emailed Paul Franzen and asked him to write for Game Cola in the first place. It reminds me why I did that, and that's because just the community, although perhaps I'm not as involved in it as I could be, the Game Cola community is an amazing community. And all the contributors to Game Cola are funny, amazing people. But we're all funny and amazing in our own different ways, and that's what makes us so awesome as a collective. You know, Knuckles tells you can go home, you're not needed. So wow, I'm sort of still coming off the euphoria from last night's podcast. In my Europe time, in my Greenwich Mean Time, we were recording the podcast from about 1 AM to 3 AM. And then I sort of didn't get to sleep because I was too excited. I didn't get to sleep until like 7 AM. And I got up about 9 AM, so I've had 2 hours sleep. Yeah, I've had 2 hours sleep. But you wouldn't know it. Watching me, you think I've still got all the energy in the world. At least I hope that's how I'm coming across, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm hoping that it hasn't impacted on my ability to play this game any. I mean, I got hit a few more times, so that's because this level is tricky business. I'm trying to remember where that golem is. It's not round this way. Oh, hiccup, sorry. It's not round this way, is it? I know I saw them. I'm sure I saw that ring. No? Okay. Let's continue to lap the level then. Come back the way we just came. Something tells me it's this way, actually. Just because there's nowhere else we can go. Come on. This way? Yeah. Bingo. That's one act of Spring Stadium Zone finished. I'm just gonna reach for my orange aid. I tell you, some supermarket brands, you wouldn't notice the difference compared to the proper ones, you know, like Fanta. Some supermarket versions of the soda taste the same. And these things, they will puff up, so you have to wait to hit them. I've been extremely lucky so far. Or skilled. It depends which way you want to look at it. I mean, I have played this game to death since I was a kid. I really have. Just... You can't really say you've played a game to death, because A, I'm not dead, and B, I've only ever had one cartridge ever completely die on me. And that was Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I played that so much on Game Boy Advance. I played that so much that my save RAM in the cartridge died. It physically could not take it. And I've thought about getting it fixed, but I don't know, there doesn't really seem to be any point. I'm holding on to the cartridge, you know, because... Well, it's... Firstly, it's nostalgic. Two, I don't know, I feel connected to that cartridge. I played it so much that I don't ever want to get rid of it even though it doesn't work, you know? Does that seem weird? Maybe. It just seems right to me. Come on. Next section, go! I'm kind of concerned about how big the file size comes out on these videos, because the first video, the first 2 zones and all the Chaos Emeralds, that was around about 900 meg, which wouldn't be so bad if I was uploading it to my own channel, but uploading that to the Game Cola channel, I was worried maybe I was hogging the account, maybe only one person could be logged in at a time, or I don't know how it works, so I was worried I might have been hogging the system up with my 900 meg file, because here in the UK the internet isn't the best. It all depends on where you live, and well, I live out in the middle of nowhere. The middle of nowhere. Oh, I've just noticed. I think that's Blossom on top of my TV. Don't ask. Yeah, that's Blossom on top of my TV. You probably can't see it the way I've cropped the screen, so it's okay. It's a plush toy. It was in a charity shop. Being a sucker for Pokemon, I thought. Well, a sucker for classic Pokemon, you know, like red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, you know, back when it was good. But I don't want to discuss Pokemon while playing Sonic. I'd rather discuss Sonic. You know, he was like a brother to me in the 90s, because I don't know when we had a Mega Drive. It must have been a while into the 90s, like maybe 94, 95, probably. Sonic... I had Sonic 1, I had Sonic 2 on a compilation cartridge called the Sonic Compilation. I think it had a different name in America. I had Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic 3D... Like, Sonic was the main thing I played as a kid, like... I could have played my brother's NES, but I didn't. I played Mega Drive most of the time. Even once we had Mega Drive, and my brother still played his NES, all I played was Mega Drive and Mega CD. Of course, I'm forgetting Sonic CD. Like, Sonic CD was a huge part of my childhood. I played that game to pieces, memorized the soundtrack, everything. Which is probably where my love for sampled music comes from. Really, second act done. This is happening much, much faster now I'm not going for all the emeralds. You saw in this act there was an opportunity with both Tails and Knuckles together, so all you do is get the same 50 rings each time. Now, I'm unfamiliar with how to attack this boss. I think he swirls round, and you have to jump from a particular angle to get... Oh, that's right, it comes down to the floor. Oh. Yeah, I can't say I remember the best tactic for beating this guy, so I might die a few times. Maybe attack from behind and then instantly swing back. That might work. Come on then. Go on. Come down. Not so big now, are ya? I like how in this game every first zone has a Robotnik boss that's in the small ship and has a wide open area, and then every second boss has him stuck in a position. It's kind of hard to explain, but in this boss he's chasing you around. In the first zone's boss he's chasing you around, but in the second zone's boss he was stuck in like a fixture. And the bosses in this game seem to sort of alternate between these sort of wide arena boss battles and the smaller ones. I actually like these because you have to focus on how to avoid his attack. And he just gets significantly faster each time. There we go. Not bad. We're clearing these acts much faster because I'm not getting the emeralds. Now, is there a secret up here as well? No. It's only the start of Rusty Ruin Zone. This is one of my favourite zones in the game. Not my favourite zone in the game, particularly. This is one of my favourite zones, and you may have heard this music in Sonic Generations as unlockable music that you can play while you're playing over any stage. I've always loved Diamond Dust Zone, but it's still not my favourite when it comes to this game. Damn it. This bit is tricky to navigate, the snow sort of river. It's tricky to make your way across it. Hey, Knuckles. Now this Badnik, you don't ever want to spin dash into the snowman, because there's a bug in this game where if you spin dash into the snowman, the flicky is inside a cube inside the snowman, and the flicky cube crushes you. When you spin dash into the snowman, the flicky cube appears right on top of you and it crushes you. It's a programming bug, so don't ever spin dash into the snowman. Ever. Because it will instantly kill Sonic. Other Badniks in this zone are okay. Fair game for spin dash. Penguin, the Walrus on a pogo stick. Yeah. They're all fair game, so... I really love the music in this zone, and I love the way it looks, I love how the trees look, and the snow effect in the Saturn version is so beautiful. Like, words cannot describe it, it's just such a beautiful sight. I know that makes me sound weird, but whatevs. Okay, to the next part of the level. Right, this bit is kind of tricky. First you've got to get rid of the snowman that'll explode all over your face. And then you need to hit that and then hold right. Otherwise you fall down the gap and you have to go through the level part again. Now stand here and get frozen. You can't actually go on this bit without being frozen. You are forced into being frozen on this bit. Look, can't go back. Now, being frozen isn't necessarily a problem in this level. I don't think it hurts you ever, but still, like, you probably don't want to be frozen because it'll just slow you down. Not that we're worried about... Well, I don't know, maybe I am worried about being slowed down now because I'm being so efficient. Hold on. 3. Good. I do have them all. I was worried that I might have lost one of my flickies somewhere. Anyway, we need to come up here. Come on. Ah, oh, damn it. You know, thinking about it, I'm sure I've reviewed this game on GameColor.net, a written review. Thinking about it, that seems right. And, oh, just come back. Flicky. Okay. The next part of the level. It kind of blows my mind a little, just how much Sonic 3D Blast actually achieved on the Mega Drive, like, technically. Sure, it isn't one of the best looking games, and I'd say visually it hasn't aged as well as it could have. Definitely not compared to the Saturn version, which still looks as beautiful as it did back when it came out. But this game still feels good. Still feels good to play. I honestly think so. It's tight, it's responsive, and it's very precise, and apart from a few times when they expect you to jump over things pixel perfectly, I think the game plays pretty good. There isn't anything particularly wrong with it, put it that way. There are a few things I would change, but you can say that about just about any other game. Even some of my favourite games of all time that I would consider flawless, timeless masterpieces, games like Nier. I still find something to complain about in them. Yeah, don't want to spin dash into you, thanks. I wonder if they ever fixed that bug in any of the revisions, because it was still in like Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube in that version of the game. I still think they should release this on Live Arcade. I'd be over that in a heartbeat, I really would. Just, if they ported the Sega Saturn version to the Xbox Live Arcade. Or if they I think they should remake this for 3DS, Sonic 3DS Blast. And that would just be amazing. I think it would look beautiful. Anyway. That's Act 1 of Diamond Dust Zone. There isn't really much to say about this zone, but it's quite a beautiful one. It takes a while to trek through it. No? Still no, like, secrets or anything? Why put, like, a door there if there's nothing in there after you put something in the one in Rusty Ruin Zone? It's just like saying to people, you know that thing we gave you the first time, we're never doing it again. There is something awkward about the way he moves, and I think that's probably down to having to use a directional pad to move in 8 directions when the pad only physically supports 4. There is something... Oh, right, that's why you don't want to get hit by the snow blast. You lose your flickies. Ugh! I mean, that's almost as bad as taking damage and losing your rings. Really. Oh, I'm too good at this, you know? I really am too good at this. I don't want to burst anyone's bubble, but I'm pretty good at this game. And I'm just going to go back and get that... There was a spring up here that I couldn't get the Sonic on. There we go. Obsessive? Yeah. But with good reason. Although it's not too hard, I have been known to have some trouble with... Is that breakable? No. I have been known to have some trouble with Final Fight Zone. And with Panic Puppet Zone. Those 2 levels, I do have a bit of trouble with them sometimes. Panic Puppet Zone Act 2 especially, because it throws me off. Throughout the whole game, you've had to collect these flickies, and then when you get to Panic Puppet Zone Act 1, the flickies are inside containers, not robots. And there's like 10 times the robots around, and they have no flickies in them. And then Act 2, there's no flickies. It's just get to the end. I tell you, that threw me off as a kid, and it still throws me off now, I think. Shit. Well, Fook. Well, fucking Fook. I fucked that up. Hey, I can get an extra life. I'm playing that well. Ugh. You know it's right. Now, there was another spring just up here, wasn't there? I'm just thinking about that final boss, you know, and Panic Puppet Zone. They do throw me off a little. I really do like the mechanics in this game. They just seem so right. They just seem so spot on. I know I'm just repeating myself, but everything seems like it should be. There isn't really much to complain about besides just how much this sucks compared to the Saturn version. I want to get round Knuckles without giving him rings. Anything in there? Yeah, 1 up. I knew it was worth trying. Although, maybe I've maxed out my lives, because my life count is still 9. If this is a game that only lets me go up to 9, then that sucks. And I do apologise for my hiccups and belches. I have only had my lunch, only in like the last 30 minutes, just before recording. Well, that's definitely a continue. Listen to that music, it's the same as Act 1, but they've just embellished the melody a little tiny bit. It just makes it feel like there's evolution to the music. It just feels like there's evolution to it. And that's the exact same thing that's so amazing about Sonic Adventure, like the original Sonic Adventure. How the level music evolves. It's the same thing in Sonic and Knuckles. You know, that is how you make a Sonic game, is you've got to make sure the music evolves. Since Sonic 3, that's been a key thing in the games, and I think some of the more recent games have ignored it a little, like the evolution of the music as you're playing. It's a big thing. I kind of miss it in a way, and this game has it. Anyway, I saw a... I'm so good at this game. I don't mean to big myself up or anything, but I'm really good at this game. Really, really good. Oh wow, I'm wrong about the boss order. We have another sort of rotating one. Oh, it's been a while since I fought this boss. I'm unfamiliar with it, but I guess it's the same idea again, that it drops. Right, I get it. Drops a snowman, then comes down, and... Oh, every time it drops a snowman, it loses a ice turret? I think? Yeah, every time it drops a snowman, it loses an ice turret. And every time you hit him, it destroys the snowman that's on screen. Well, then he's a really simple boss, and he's in fact easier than the one in the last zone. Easy. What a pushover. Well, that's 2 more zones of Sonic 3D. Thank you very much for watching. I've forgotten how much I love this game, and it's just brilliant to play through it again. So keep the positive comments coming, and I'm sorry about... Well, it's fixed now, but for a long time the Dead Rising 2 custom weapons video was referred to as mod weapons, because back then there wasn't the PC hacking on Dead Rising 2 and people creating their own modified weapons called mod weapons, and I'd unfortunately called those weapons that before mod weapons existed, and well, we had a lot of negative comments geared towards me. So just to all the people who said that, fuck you. All the people who gave me negativity, fuck you. Everyone who loved this video, thank you. Please continue watching, and I hope I can continue to deliver good quality content that you want to see, basically. Thank you very much.